Welcome to Falcon Update here on YBTV. I'm Cameron Fisher.
And I'm Ethan Gregory. Cameron, how are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Ethan. I was at 2 Bears games this past weekend, and they lost, but it's all right. But excited to go to Dairy Queen with the crew afterwards.
Yeah, of course. They'll still win the Calder Cup, though.
Yeah.
Too bad it's a little bit rainy tonight. Other than that, it's been a great day. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a little cold and a little rainy, but other than that, pretty good day.
This past week was great as the fall weather started to come around. It was a lighter week, but we are going to get right into it. Minds Matter hosted a pop-up in the Alumni Plaza in honor of World Mental Health Day on Friday. Stickers, fidgets, bracelets, and more were being handed out as a way to promote mental health. Addie, the golden retriever, was on hand as well for students to de-stress during midterms.
We here at Minds Matter are outside of Lottie Nelson holding a pop-up for World Mental Health Day where you can get all of these free goodies for self-care and mental health awareness.
Mental health awareness posters were handed out as well to remind students of ways to take care of their mental health. To stay up to date on more Minds Matter events just like this one, be sure to follow their Instagram at Minds Matter Messiah.
SGA and MCC collaborated to host the Around the World Food Tour. Connor Zodi has the story.
Messiah's SGA and MCC joined forces for their annual Around the World Food Tour. Several local restaurants provided food from different cultures, which were served and represented by members of different campus clubs and organizations. The event provided students the opportunity to get a taste of different cultures while eating and spending quality time together in a relaxed environment. It was also a way to spread cultural awareness within the Messiah community.
I love seeing everyone gather over food and just enjoy different cultures' food. I think that's something that everyone can find common ground on. We all need to eat and we all like good food. So it's just such a fun event for that.
In a time such as this, SGA and MCC felt the food tour was a great chance to bring people together and build one another up in a positive light.
When you see students who are sometimes scared to go into cultural spaces or scared to interact with different type of students who have lived very different lives, but when food is involved, you see the campus come alive and really want to participate.
With the turnout increasing each year, SGA and MCC are excited about the future and know that the Messiah community is one where everyone can be themselves and celebrate both their similarities and their differences together. Reporting for YBTV, I'm Connor Zodi.
Thank you, Cotter. I sure am hungry now, but many students ate it up on the stage last evening at SAB's Coffeehouse. Talents ranging from singing, playing piano, stand-up comedy, and dancing created a fun environment for everyone to feel the union and support their fellow peers. There was Dunkin' Donuts coffee, hot chocolate, and different flavors of cupcakes. Man, I loved them. I was there. This monthly event always brings out the most talented students here on campus who are able to showcase themselves on stage. If you're interested in performing, check your email for the next day to audition for November's Coffeehouse.
We will be right back with more Falcon Update after the break.
My name is Arkel Brown. I am a senior communication major here at Messiah. Within our community, honestly, it's like one big family. Everyone relies on each other to get certain projects done. You know you can depend on other people within the communications department. Throughout the years, my skill set has completely evolved. I was actually able to do color commentating for the men's basketball last season, so it was pretty fun. I take pride in these extracurricular programs. I am the student assistant basketball coach for the women's basketball team. This year is my 4th year working. They've really become another family here for me on campus, and it just made me adapt so easily. And basketball is something I've always loved, so it was natural. The interactions between professors and students here are amazing, honestly. I couldn't ask for any better interactions with my professors. They're so caring, they're so loving, they're generous, and they're always open to anything you have to say or any questions that you have. They really want to be there for you. My Christian faith is everywhere in the classes, whether it's being through prayer before classes or having devotion. It's always tied in with our Christian faith. Like, we have to be honest. We have to know we have to keep God first in every situation and know that without God, we wouldn't even have the opportunity to be where we are. it definitely keeps us grounded. And I think Messiah has taught me so much about myself within the communication department, as how I relate to people, how people relate to me. We understand each other's differences, and I think I'll be ready for the real world once I graduate.
Welcome back to Falcon Update. I'm Ethan Gregory.
And I'm Cameron Fisher. Ethan, are you looking forward to some much cooler weather?
I am. It's been 80 degrees, and that's so unlike fall. So I'm excited. Maybe not what today's weather was, but a little bit more crisp air and the leaves changing colors. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, well, you know me, and Central PA tries to hit every season in a week, so I don't know, we must have been hitting it, but let's see what Charlie Jones has in the works for this week's Falcon Forecast. Charlie?
Hello, Messiah. I'm Charles Jones, bringing you this week's Falcon Forecast. We're back together, and I could not be better than ever because we've got some beautiful sweater weather this week. Starting with tonight, we've got a cool 57 degrees with some rain we saw earlier. There's about a 20% chance that we'll see a little bit more as the evening continues, and we'll be slipping into our low of 54 around 6 p.m. tonight. Moving on to our Tuesday planner, we will be starting out at a brisk 55 degrees, moving up, to 63 by 12 p.m., and that's when we'll start to see a lot of the cloud coverage dispersing, giving way to the sunshine just in time for the evening around 3 and 6 p.m., That's also when we'll see our high of 69 degrees, and then later that evening we will slip back down to 61. Moving on to our surface map, as you can see, we've got a large cloud system right over eastern PA here. There is two high-pressure systems pushing that cloud coverage down and out over the Pacific. Then we have, if you look over Wisconsin, you'll see there is another large cloud system being pushed by another high-pressure system towards PA. So as the week goes on, we will get a little bit of sunshine in the middle, and then that second cloud system is going to hit in the later half of the week. Taking a look at our temperature map, we've got cool 60s all around. It is a great day to be in PA if you like that 60-degree weather. As you can see down here, we are floating around that 61 to 62 degree area. And moving on to our weekly planner, our dew points. If you're not familiar with what dew points are, basically it is a more accurate assumption of the humidity for the day. So as the dew points go higher, say 60 and above, you're going to feel very humid, very muggy weather, while 50 and below is going to be that drier, more crisp air. So as you can see, fall is absolutely kicking in this week because we've got a dew point of 52 and 53 on Monday and Tuesday, meaning it's going to be about fair humidity, not too bad, not too nice, but going into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we will see those dew points start to drop, and as they do, we're going to see a little more fog, a little more cloud coverage, and much clearer air. Moving on to our weekly planner, on Tuesday, we're going to be hitting a high of 71 with a low of 52, seeing that fall flip-flop going on where there's warmer days and even colder nights. So from Wednesday to Friday, we'll be sticking around those mid to low 60s. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see a lot less sunshine than we did on Thursday and Friday. But those clouds will continue to clear out through the weekend, bringing us into Monday, where we'll have that cool, even keel 67-degree weather. And we're just going to have, it's going to be a beautiful week to get out there, enjoy the sunshine, maybe have a picnic, and cuddle up with your boo in the spirit of the season. That's all for Falcon Forecast. Sending it back to the desk.
I don't have any boo to cuddle with, but thanks, Charlie. Now it's time for this week's campus calendar, and Jose Crespo Gonzalez is back to tell us what is happening on campus this week. Jose, tell us what's happening.
Good evening, Messiah. I'm Jose Gonzalez Crespo, and this is your campus calendar for the week. Let's see what events you should be looking forward to. On Tuesday, Student Ministries will be hosting a Donut Chapel pop-up event at Brubaker Auditorium from 9 to 10:15 a.m. The first 300 students to arrive will receive a free donut to kickstart their morning, so don't miss out. On Wednesday, the honors program will be having a panel discussion on Eric Varden's book, Chastity, A Reconciliation of the Senses. The event will be from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at Boyer 131. Come participate in the conversation with Messiah alums and faculty, as this is perfect for any Christian seeking to follow the path of discipleship. Also on Wednesday, the safety department will be hosting their annual safety event for a chance to play games and win prizes. Students will also have the opportunity to learn about personal and campus safety. Make sure to stop by and say hi to some of us from YBTV, as we're going to be there as well. On Thursday, come to Powerhouse, a student-led worship service at Hot Setter Chapel from 8:30 to 9:45 p.m. Get away from the busyness of the semester and join us in community to praise God before the fall break begins. Let's thank God for blessing us with life every day and for getting us to the halfway point in the semester. On Saturday, you're invited to join the Office of Sustainability at the Grantham Community Garden to help keep the garden looking beautiful. Activities primarily include weeding, planting, and getting ready for the winter. The event is from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. for anyone interested. This wraps up your campus calendar for the week. Enjoy your fall break, rest up, and come back prepared, because the semester isn't over yet, and there's more in store for you at YBTV. I'm Jose Gonzalez Crespo, and let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks, Jose. Ethan, do you have any fun plans for fall break?
Not too much going on. I'll be here on campus. We have 3 soccer games, so that'll take up a lot of my time, but it'll be nice to relax from some schoolwork and just focus on soccer and hanging out with my teammates. What about you, Cameron?
Well, Friday I'm spending some time with my cousin at the park for dark nights, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are all filled with hockey games. 2 Bears games, 1 Kraken game in Philadelphia, and the annual Caps Kraken game in D.C. on Tuesday.
You're a hockey man.
Yes, I am. Well, Gabriela Rios went around asking the same question about students and their plans over fall break. Gabby?
This is Falcon on the Street. I'm Gabriela Rios, and today we're asking everyone what is their plan for fall break. So let's go. What are your plans for fall break?
What?
What are your plans for fall break?
I'm gonna go hang out. I'm gonna go hang out, and then I'm gonna go hang out.
That's good. What are your plans for fall break, guys?
I'm gonna go home and celebrate my birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
I'm gonna go hang out with my friends and play bingo.
All right, that's cool, guys. What are your plans for fall break?
I'll be going to a farmer's fair with my girlfriend in Dillsburg, and then just chilling at home and resting.
For fall break?
Spend time with family, and then I'm also leading work group for Young Life.
What are your plans for fall break?
I'll probably visit my friends and family and maybe go to Pumpkin Patch.
I'm staying on campus for swim because I have to, so just being on campus and studying. So.
What are your plans for fall break?
I'm gonna go visit my friend in RPI, and then I'm also gonna go see my brother, who I haven't seen in a minute, so that'll be fun.
What are your plans for fall break?
So I'm actually traveling to Spain to visit my boyfriend that's studying abroad.
What are your plans for fall break?
I'm gonna go home to Maryland and spend some time with family and rest and read. Yeah, chill.
I'm actually flying to Tampa and have a golf outing before then for Messiah Baseball sign up for the Messiah Baseball golf outing.
That was Falcon on the Street. My name is Gabriella, and my plans for fall break are to just be lazy and bake. Thanks for watching. We'll go back to the desk. So see ya.
Thank you, Gabby. That's all we have for right now, but stay tuned because Libby Zimmerman is going to bring you the latest on Messiah Sports.
The new athletic training curriculum at Messiah College is a 5-year accelerated program that results in completion of a bachelor's in applied health science with a concentration in pre-athletic training and a master's of science in athletic training.
When I was introduced to the athletic training program at Messiah, I knew right away that it was going to be the right fit for me. There was just so much support and so much interest in me as an individual, and that community was really something special.
I think a student should be interested in studying this program, particularly at Messiah, largely because of the people that we have. Students are going to formally participate in case studies and case reviews, and there's also opportunities for collaboration with the faculty.
My friendship with the program director, Dr. Matt Lewis, has supported my journey as a Christian, as an athletic trainer, and as a scientist.
We are passionate about our students, and we're also passionate about the profession of athletic training.
Absolutely filthy goal there. Boom goes the dynamite.
Welcome to YBTV Sports. Here on Falcon Update, I'm Libby Zimmerman. We had a different kind of week here at Messiah Athletics as all of our teams took their contests to the road, with only one home match being a wrap-up of the women's tennis match on Saturday. With that, women's tennis finished their homecoming contest against the Gettysburg College. This match was postponed last week due to darkness and was completed this past Saturday. The Falcons fought hard, but unfortunately fell 4-3 against the Bullets. Men's soccer also played a road game this week against Eastern University. The men defeated the Eagles after a close match and ended the game with a 1-0 win. With all that being said, it's time to move into our highlights for this week's edition of Falcon 4. Much like our week of sports, we're going to start off our highlights a bit differently than normal. Aside from typical content, Mackenzie Adams from the women's volleyball team earned MAC Player of the Week, being named Commonwealth Offensive Player of the Week after an impressive performance against Stevenson and Mary Washington last week. Between the two matches, Adams totaled 21 digs, 26 kills, and 3 service aces, which helped launch her into an impressive title. Next, we're going to take a look at Messiah women's field hockey. Messiah women's soccer. From the opening kick, Messiah dominated against Eastern University this past week. Hannah Adair opened the scoring about 16 minutes into the game with this amazing goal. As you can see here, Elena Williams with the ball. She gets it to Hannah Adair, who just sinks it right in the goal. A really wide open goal right there from the goalie. A nice celebration here. We'll take one closer look at that. Again, Elena Williams just finds that open spot right in the middle with Hannah Adair, who just sinks it in the back of the net. What a beautiful goal for the women there. It's really boosting them up in this game. After 10 minutes after this goal, Brittany Laird doubled the advantage with another goal and giving the women a 2-1 lead. The Falcons went on to win the game 5-1 and, like I said earlier, simply dominated the field with both possession and confidence in the game. The women's tennis team also took to action this week as they faced off against Shippensburg University at home. The Raiders battled hard but couldn't compete with the Falcons as they continued to dominate, pulling away and leading to a 5-2 win over Shippensburg. With this match, the women finished the fall slate of the 2025 to 2026 season with a win over the Raiders, bringing them to a total record of 1 win and 2 losses. And finally, we have women's field hockey, finally. A scoreless first quarter was highlighted by Messiah rattling off 4 shots in the Alvernia net with 3 going on goal. The Falcons got on the board in just over 2 minutes into the second quarter after Ellie Lefevre assisted Chelsea Carpenter on this penalty corner. See here, Ellie Lefevre with the ball there. She gets it right to Carpenter, just finds that opening. That ball just finds that small opening in between all those defenders, just glides right past them into the goal. Really a beautiful shot there, and a nice celebration from the ladies. This goal gives Messiah a 1-0 advantage and led the women to a 2-0 victory over the Alvernia Wolves. The team will play again on Wednesday on Anderson Field against Stevenson University. Our Falcons had a great run on the road this past week with 3 highlighted wins and more to come as the season continues in the following weeks. Well, that's all we have for tonight, and stay tuned for YB Tonight right after the break.
Yes, Ma, I'm taking this seriously. Look, I'm a freshman being able to host a show. Do you know how big of a deal that is? Yes, Ma, I'm taking this seriously. Look, I'm a freshman being able to host a show. Do you know how big of a deal that is? Yes, I'm excited, Ma. I'm glad you all are going to be able to see it. I think it's going to be a good show. Hold up, someone else is calling me. Could you give me a second? Thanks, love you too. Hello?
Hello, Josiah.
Hello, how are you?
I hear you're the host tonight. Last show of October. Are you excited?
Yes, I am. Very excited. Who is this?
When it comes to October, I sure do love the season of fall. Especially Halloween. Do you like Halloween, Josiah?
I mean, Halloween's my grandma's birthday, so we never really did any celebrations. We would go to big restaurants, we'd get all the food, but we usually show up in costume, like all the cousins and whatnot. Like one time we all went as the Ghostbusters, which was a lot of fun, but we don't really do mostly any Halloween stuff. Yeah.
Do you like scary movies, Josiah?
I'm a film major, I should.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Ooh, I mean, off the top of my head, I want to say Nosferatu the Vampire by Werner Herzog, not the Eggers or the Monroe version. It's more of a fantasy film, but it is kind of vampire-like, you know? Let me check my letterbox real quick. I might know the answer to your question.
You can't hang up, Josiah. Not unless you want your girlfriend out of the picture. Turn around, Josiah.
Wait, I don't have a girlfriend.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, no, too many bad breakups, not enough time for dating. Who's that?
In all honesty, I thought you knew her. I have no idea.
Yeah, no, never seen her before in my entire life. Okay, late night game of bodies. Look, this has been fun, but I do need a host tonight, so,
I'm gonna ask you a few scary movie questions. If you get them right, I'll let you go.
Yeah, what do you got?
Who is the killer in the horror film Psycho?
Oh! I mean, if you're looking at a psychological standpoint, technically it is Norman Bates physically, but the mother is the one who kind of like controls the personality. See, the whole thing, it's a split personality because Norman killed the mom, and because of that, he thinks that he's obsessed over the mom. So the mom kind of lives in the back of his head, and whenever he has a loss, the mom kind of comes out, and she's the one really killing everybody. But technically, it is Norman because it's because of his own psychosis, because of all this. But you know, it's because the thing with Norman is like.
Okay, forget the question. You talk too much. I'm just gonna kill you now.
Okay, that wasn't very nice. I'm sorry, what? Oh, hey, Ma. Nah, some guy's just trying to kill me. Yeah. buddy. Look, I appreciate all this. This was great. I gotta call it quits. Can I just get you a Gatorade? You seem burned out. Yeah, I'm gonna get you a Gatorade. Yeah, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on. Let's get some Gatorade. Feel tired, right? So where are you staying this year?
I'm in Miller.
Nice. You know, I actually haven't watched Scream yet.
Even as a film major?
Yeah, I'll get to it on fall break.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of YB Tonight. I'm Josiah Rodriguez and we've got an amazing show for you tonight. Starting off, we'll be interviewing Dr. David Hagenbuch, author of Mindful Marketing and about Messiah's first ever Mindful Marketing Ethics Challenge. After that, we will be talking to Dr. Joy Meade, the director of choral activities here at Messiah. After the interview, the doctors will go to a head-to-head in a game of Guess the Place. We'll be right back after the break.
Messiah University has helped me to see my career anew. As I've journeyed through my life, I've had the opportunity to be both businessman, missionary, and now using my experiences in my education to grow other people. And so I'm excited about the opportunities I have now to see myself progress and develop the next generation of leaders.
Welcome back. I'm here with Dr. Hagenbuch. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing well, Josiah, thank you.
I'm glad to hear that. Are you having a good night?
I am, and it's only getting better being here with you, so.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate
Sure,
that.
sure.
So, Mindful Marketing, that is your book, correct?
Right,
So I've been told that you use that in your curriculum in classes. What inspired you to use your own book in your own classroom?
Yeah, well, so I've been teaching ethics at Messiah for 25 years. The gray shows, I'm sure. And I've always been picking different books, parts of books to use, and I thought, why not put something together that has like everything that I want in one package? So that was part of it, but then I came up with this concept of mindful marketing about 11 years ago, and then that sort of serves as the central paradigm for it, which is, you know, different than anything else that's out there right now. So combination of those things. I also think it's kind of interesting for students to be able to have classes with people that have written things, because it's an opportunity that we don't always get in life. Like if you go to a concert, being able to not just listen to music and hear a composition that someone's written, but actually if you could talk back to the composer that's written it. I mean, those are unique opportunities. So that also was weighing on my mind as I was writing it. So, yeah.
Sounds like a really deep experience. Do you think you've had any really close connections with your students because it's a personal book to you?
Yeah. Part of my reason for coming up with mindful marketing is, like, marketing is a discipline that a lot of people don't hold in the highest esteem in terms of ethics. I hear it all the time. There are Gallup polls that go out and they rate the honesty and ethics of different careers, and marketing is usually near the bottom of that. So trying to make marketing ethics sticky. But one specific experience that I had, which is actually in the first chapter of the book, there was a student of mine. She had graduated about a year earlier. Her name was Kaylee, and Kaylee Enck, she's in the book, comm major here at Messiah, PR. And I got a message from her on LinkedIn, and it said, "Dr. Hagenbuch, how you doing? Do you remember me?" Of course, I remembered her. But she said, "I wonder what you think about this rom-com." Now, I'm not the kind of person that gets asked questions about rom-coms. I'm probably the last person anybody should ask about a rom-com.
Understandable.
But she said, there's a particular rom-com, and it features Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. And I did not know Sydney Sweeney at the time. Of course, we're all familiar with her now.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But she said, there's a marketing tactic that they're using here, And like I remember mindful marketing. I only had her for one class, which was marketing principles. And she said, what do you think about the marketing tactic that they're using here, which was having them pretend like they're having a romance offset to try to generate buzz for the film. And obviously, I could tell that she had misgivings about that, and so did I. So I'm messaging her back about that. I gave her a little bit of my thoughts, but then I said, Kaylee, what do you think about it? And she, had some very insightful things that I shared in a blog. But that just, I think the fact that you have a student that takes an ethics class, and ethics, also has the rub that, which happens with other college classes is at times too, that you take the class, you're done with it, you forget about it. But I was just, more than anything, moved by the fact that she still remembered mindful marketing, and over a year later, she was still engaging with marketing ethics. Like she's a communication PR professional now. She was at the time. This was just this past spring when she reached out to me. And the fact that she remembered that and was still wanting to keep ethics top of mind, that meant the world to me. So I was really, really pleased to hear from her, and yeah.
That's incredible. I'm really happy to hear that it stuck with her. Is that why you want to do this event upcoming, so you can maybe reach out to people not really in that field, but that can have the opportunity to learn more about
Yeah. So the ethics challenge, we actually did the first version of it just less than 2 weeks ago here on campus. And it was something that I had been thinking about for quite a while, probably back to the beginning when I first started mindful marketing. I thought how nice it would be if we could have an event that brought students together, not just Messiah students, but from other universities. And I'm also on the board of the Central Pennsylvania chapter of the American Marketing Association and co-chair of the Collegiate Committee. So I kind of have access to people at other universities, good friends at Shippensburg and Susquehanna. So I wrote a short ethics case, only like 2 or 3 pages long, and sent that out to contacts on my email list and said, hey, we're going to do this mindful marketing ethics challenge. Students will read this case, they'll do a written response, only 1,500 words or less, so we weren't doing a big ask of them. And if they made it through that stage of it, we'd invite them to the finale, which was at Messiah, where we would host an in-person event, which was, it will be 2 weeks ago this Wednesday. And then at that event, we ended up having 8 teams from 4 different universities, which was great for the first time around. And it was really well received. The students did an excellent job. There were cash prizes. We paid $500 for first place, $300 for second, and $200 for third place. And just a great time of discussion after the presentations and then networking after that. So it seems like it has some good momentum, and already people are talking about a second year of it.
Really?
So very, very grateful for that. Extremely thankful. The support that we've had from Messiah to do that here, and also our department in particular. So yeah, very, very pleased with that. Yeah.
Do you think that this is something, I know you're saying it's already spread out to many different colleges, but do you think, how big of an event do you think this could be in the long run? Like maybe at multiple different colleges could host this type of event?
I think this is going international.
Really?
Well, I would hope.
You could hope?
No.
Anything's possible.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be a pipe dream for sure. Probably realistically, we actually had Chatham University, which is in the Pittsburgh area.
Okay.
So they drove 3 hours or more to come to this, and I had connections with them from a competition that I had taken students 2 years ago.
Okay.
But we kind of already are like half the state or more with that. So we're thinking maybe it could be statewide even this coming fall, next fall if we do it again. Get a team or so from the Philadelphia area, and we'll have to structure it so it works to involve them in different phases of the competition, the written first and then coming here. And it's a big ask to get people to drive several hours for things like this, so trying to get the logistics of it right. But yeah, I would love to see that happen, and who knows, maybe even AMA, American Marketing Association National, they're not doing anything like this right now, so maybe they would even be interested at some point in time. That'd be a real blessing to see that kind of thing work out.
It seems really trailblazing, this new opportunity. I have to ask, I know this is more regarding the ethics of marketing, but is there also an issue of faith with Christianity that you're trying to push through with this, or do you want to keep it more grounded in the marketing itself?
That's a great question. So I've written 2 books. The first book, Honorable Influence, was more explicitly Christian, where I talked about a lot of biblical references in that, faith connections in that. This mindful marketing book is more, I say, implicitly Christian. So it's for a broader audience. My view is that God has imprinted ethics on everybody's hearts and minds. Romans 1:20, for instance. But so this is, schools like Shippensburg and Susquehanna that aren't specifically Christian, but they're welcome with that mindful marketing. So it's more implicitly Christian. Like when I'm having a conversation like this, I say it does stem from my faith beliefs, although they're not explicitly shared. So I can take it back to, there's 5 values: decency, fairness, honesty, respect, and responsibility, that I trace back to both New and Old Testament verses for each of those. So yeah, so the Christianity is there for mindful marketing, but not in an explicit way. It's more implicit, so that it's open to people that have different worldviews.
I love that.
So, yeah.
With mindful marketing, correct?
Right.
If someone wanted to get this book, would it be available at local retailers, like an Amazon, a Barnes & Nobles, maybe even at the Messiah gift shop, like somewhere like that?
Yeah. Thanks for the marketer in me appreciates you asking that.
I'd love to read your book, sir.
Well, thank you. So it's available on Amazon.
Okay.
There's 2 main places. Amazon has the hard copy. Messiah Bookstore also has it. Generally, they'll order for students. Like I teach the class in the spring, so they'll order for the students that would have it there. And also the publisher of the book, Kendall Hunt.
Okay.
So through the Kendall Hunt website, you can also order it. They have digital and the hard copy.
Really?
And then I have a website that has both links to both those at my name, davidhagenbuch.org, or davidhagenbuch.com, mindfulmarketing.org. You can get to both of those there that way. So
I know, as you said, you had both a digital and a hard copy. When it comes to reading, do you prefer the digital side or the hard copy, more physical?
Well, being the old guy that I am, I'm more old school. Hard copy probably for me. I mean, I like anybody, I read a lot digital. My news feed that I spend a lot of time on every day is all digital, like it is from all of us. When it comes to books and things, I don't know, there's just something in me that likes to kind of hold it and turn the pages and stuff like that. So, but however people want to read a book is a good thing. So that's, in my estimation, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
Well, as long as they're reading it, I'm sure they'll have a great time. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for us, but thank you so much for this conversation. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure.
It was incredible. Thank you so much for coming on our show. After the break, we will sit down with Dr. Joy Meade and hear a little bit about the choral programs here on campus. Stick around.
Biomedical engineering is the combination of human health with the rigor and the desire to solve problems in engineering. Messiah is distinct in the world of biomedical engineering primarily because of the collaboratory.
The collaboratory's business model is that it pairs student teams with either faculty mentors or outside professionals to work on systems that either care for the earth or help disadvantaged people around the world.
We work with hospitals in Kenya, in Nepal, in Macha, Zambia to solve healthcare problems for real patients and for their doctors with projects that students work on here.
The really cool thing about biomedical engineering is that there's a lot of paths you can pursue with that. You can go into more research-oriented, you can go straight into a job. I'm hoping personally to go into the graduate research and hopefully pursue like a master's or a PhD in biomedical engineering. I chose Messiah College because I felt like Messiah integrated faith and science in a way that I was able to appreciate and that I could pursue both at the same time.
Welcome back. I'm here with Dr. Meade. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
I'm so glad to hear that. Are you having a good day?
Yeah, of course.
I'm so glad to hear that. So, as I believe, you are in charge of all the concerts and choral programs, correct?
I am the director of choral activities, and at Messiah we have 7 choirs. I work with 3 of them on a regular basis as classes that I teach, but there's 7 overall, so I help coordinate things here and there too. but I have
Okay.
great colleagues that teach those.
What choirs in particular do you work on the most?
I work with concert choir. It's our touring choir, sort of our flagship ensemble. There's 60 students in that. And then we have a smaller choir, chamber singers, that's about 20. And then we have a symphonic choir on campus called the Choral Arts Society, and I teach that. And they are sing frequently with the Harrisburg Symphony. So that's
Really?
one of the projects they do.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
When it comes to the stuff you do with your choirs, how does your faith play a role in choosing what they get to sing or how you want to teach them?
Yeah, it's a great question. So at Messiah, we are fortunate that we get to sing about our faith. And I think music is one of the best ways to internalize beautiful text and memorize it forever. So you can probably remember songs that you sang as a child that you still can remember all the words to. So one of the things I prioritize when I'm picking music for our choirs at Messiah is just texts that resonate deeply with students' faith, with the human experience, that will relate to our audience, and that they'll kind of like hide God's word away in their heart for a lifetime, whether it's scripture itself or other things. And then also we sing music from all sorts of different cultures, religions, styles, countries, from various time periods, from Gregorian chant to the present day. So I also think it's really important that our students are given like a rich breadth of music to sing and learn about the rest of the world through the lens of choral music.
Absolutely. I love the variety of it all. Now, I got to ask, I'm personally a baritone, but what is your vocal range? And how
I'm
does
a
that affect how
soprano.
you teach?
Can you
the
tell?
soprano.
Yeah. So how does it affect how I teach? I hope that I can be a good teacher no matter the voice part in front of me. But the reality is that the way music is such a listening experience, and so I think that sometimes it's easier for treble voices to imitate some of my vocalism. But yeah, hopefully I can teach anyone who's in front of me.
That's incredible. How long have you been in this business of teaching with choral programs?
Yeah, so I went from college straight to a master's degree in choral conducting, and then I taught public school for a while. And then when I went back to school for my doctorate, I taught through my doctorate, and then before Messiah, I taught at Georgia State University, and now I've been here for 8 years.
8 years?
So it's
That's
been
incredible.
almost 20 years.
Really, 20
Yes.
years.
Mhm.
Man, over the entire span of time, I have to ask, out of all the concerts and programs you've done, what would you say has been the biggest turnout or the biggest success in your eyes?
Well, we try not to judge success based on turnout.
Fair enough.
However, I think one of my most beloved projects that I've ever done was 4 years ago at Messiah. The concert choir and I hiked and performed along the Camino de Santiago in Spain. It's an ancient Christian pilgrimage route, and we hiked all day long along this pilgrimage route, like 10 or 15 miles a day, and every evening we would give a concert for the pilgrims along the route, and the pilgrims were from all over the world, and so we would hike all day, and we'd be covered in mud and rain, and we'd give concerts at night, and it was so meaningful because it was really living your faith, like walking with God on this ancient Christian pilgrimage route, but also singing about pilgrimage and all of those things. And it was just a great bonding experience, and it's amazing to see all parts of the world through music.
That's
it takes you a
incredible.
lot of places, so that's fun.
That sounds like an absolutely fantastic
Yeah.
time. And is that something you plan to do regularly, or is that
Well,
something just for
Messiah has a wonderful tradition of touring internationally with this choir every 4 years. And so we're actually in a tour year now. In May, we're headed to Estonia, Latvia, and Finland. So that's really fun, and we'll do concerts in those countries for over a 2-week span.
That's incredible. Now, I need to ask, when it comes to all the different programs and teachings you do here, what would be your favorite time on campus to be teaching or to be in the rehearsal process?
Well, we do Christmas really well at Messiah in
Ooh.
Choirland.
Okay.
And so I do love preparing for the Christmas concerts. It's just such a community event. We sell a lot of tickets, and there's a lot of people that enjoy the Christmas concerts. So if you've ever seen like a PBS-style choral Christmas concert, that's kind of how we roll at Messiah, and it's a really just heartwarming, beautiful endeavor. And it combines all 7 choirs on campus, so I
All
love working
7?
with all the students and my colleagues. And
That's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
When would this usually be, at least in this season?
It's always the first Sunday in December, and
Sunday
we'll
in
do a
December.
concert in the afternoon and evening. And you can get tickets for the evening concert, but the afternoon concert's already sold out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to
In
keep
Palmer
that in
Hall.
mind.
Yeah.
In Palmer Hall.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Please
have to
come.
check that out. Now, I have to ask, in terms of Christmas songs, what's your favorite that you like to teach and have your choirs sing?
Oh gosh. Well,
or at least top 3.
I
if you
don't
had to pick.
know. I don't know if I could pick it offhand, but I mean, I think classic Christmas is kind of nice, you know? And so classic Christmas could be a variety of genres, whether it's like vocal jazz or like classical or church choir anthem, but people like to hear carols at Christmas, so that's kind of what we do.
That's amazing. Now, as someone who loves to sing, I'd like to ask on behalf of a bunch of other students, like, how would we want to get involved in these choral activities?
Yeah, so we have tons of students that are not music major involved in the choirs. I think we probably have around the 200 number of Messiah students singing in a choir. So I would like to see that number like approach 10% of Messiah's student body singing in a choir. I think it's such a healthy endeavor just to take an hour and a half of your week to just sing amongst beautiful people and beautiful voices. It's just refreshing, and it kind of takes you out of your regular routine, which is nice. And our choirs rehearse every night of the week, various choirs. So you can do a choir as much or as little as you want.
That's
From
incredible.
gospel choir to jazz choir to men's choir to women's choir, symphonic choir.
That's really something amazing. I know I did a lot of theater in high school, so I know the Fellowship of Performing Arts can truly be something special.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Well, just that I think that there's some beauty and truth to be found in music making and in choral singing, and it just helps you get a sense for the divine in a more personal and experiential way sometimes than we have in just our regular humdrum routines of life. And so I would just encourage anyone, even if you're not a singer, to just experience what that feels like to be a part of a congregation of singers. It's a special thing.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I mean, churches and communities, you know, it comes in all different shapes and
It
forms,
does,
and
yeah.
singing is one of them.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for all this talk. I
course,
really
yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
After the break, Dr. Meade and Dr. Hagenberg will go head to head in trying to guess popular places on campus. Stick around.
All right.
It's very rare to find a Master's of Music program that has this online component along with great flexibility.
The graduate programs in music at Messiah University consist of a Master of Music and Conducting and a Master of Music Education. The graduate program is the largest of its kind that is a NASM accredited program in the United States.
I enjoyed that the program gave me the opportunity to have so many hands-on experiences, even if it was an online class. I was practicing my conducting. I was getting real feedback from professors on how I was doing with those skills.
Messiah University has been teaching online for over 10 years. That gives us the experience that we need to really have those personal moments with our students no matter where they are.
It's flexible and the quality of the education is unparalleled. One of the things that I love the most is that the professors build personal connections with their students.
Time after time, relationships are forged between students and faculty alike, and those relationships stand the test of time.
Back for more? You'll regret that decision. Or should I say, incision? Tonight's a tale that you'll wish you never saw. Get it? Get it? It's a Saul Perry.
Hello, Jenny. You are about to play a game. You had an assignment due on Friday, today, due at 11:59. The assignment stated was to respond to 2 peers with 200 words each. It is now 11:57, and you still have not completed this assignment. You have precisely 1 minute, starting from 11:58, to send 2 responses, each with 200 words. If you do not, the room will begin to... Hey, are you listening? Are you listening to me?
Oh yeah, I just finished the assignment and turned it in.
Okay, that was fast. Let me just... Wait, did you use ChatGPT?
You said we just had to upload the assignment. You didn't say how.
Don't mean the lie I saw. I have an AI checker built into me. Get out.
I thought it was solved.
I said get out.
This game is going to work is it will start out with a zoomed in image of a place on campus. Now, we're going to show you the image, and we'll provide hints to help you figure it out. If none of you gets it off the first image, we will zoom it out to see more of the picture. Are you ready?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. This place is only open during the week and is perfect for breakfast or lunch.
The Falcon.
The Falcon. Is that correct? I believe that's correct. Yes.
It is.
It's correct.
Okay.
Congratulations. All right. Number 2.
Oh, there's the picture.
This place is a common hangout spot for students and is home to Coffeehouse. Oh.
Looks like the Union.
The Union. That is correct. The Union. All right. Number 3. This place is known for its warm cookie days and home-cooked meals. Yes.
Lottie/Martin Commons.
That is correct.
Okay.
All right. Number 4. This place is where our campus cat, Handsome, sleeps outside of, and you might hear a lot of students say that they are taking care of business. Okay.
That's got to be Jordan Klein.
Jordan Klein. Yes. Yes, it is.
That threw me because
Don't you work
business
there?
is in Fry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. That's okay.
This place gets really loud and doesn't make for a good study spot, but is home to beautiful performance. Wow.
The beautiful organ pipes in Palmer Hall.
Palmer Hall. That is correct.
Ah.
All right. Next up. This place is one that not a lot of campuses have their own of, and students gather Friday nights to watch a past blockbuster.
Palmer Cinema? Cinema? Yeah.
Palmer Cinema. That is correct, sir. Congratulations. All right. Bonus. This area on campus is home to lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. But be careful that you don't get snatched by one of them.
The Oaks Museum.
The Oaks Museum. That is correct. Now, the score. I'm trying to remember. Let's see here.
Uh-oh.
I think she's ahead.
You think
but
you're
I'm
ahead?
not sure. Yeah.
I think you're also
Maybe
ahead.
by 1.
Maybe by 1.
Yeah.
Maybe by 1. By 2? I think so. I think you won. I think you won.
Oh,
well,
man, I don't
Dr.
know.
Hagenbuch and Dr. Meade, it's been a pleasure
Dr.
having you
Meade.
on tonight. Thank you so much for
course.
coming out to YB tonight. Unfortunately, that is all the time we have, but it was great talking with you. Students, I hope you were able to tune again after a fall break to our very special Town Hall President Stuckley. Good night from Grantham. Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of